Hey, it's Joe, and welcome to my very first Let's Build. I've never done one of these before, so it's time to start. Don't mind her, her name is Terry Tester. She comes with me everywhere, and she tests all my various designs out. She's even got her own shopping mall. Never mind, she's quite rich. She really doesn't need to do this job. Now, what I'm planning to do here, perhaps we should just start building so long, is recreate the feeling of Melrose Place. I'm calling it Melrose Arch because where I used to live, there was quite an upmarket entire neighborhood that was called Melrose Arch. So I'm not sure exactly how. I'm just going to go along as I'm doing it, and you can, well, come with me for the ride. So let's go for, I think, a middle height. The idea is to recreate the look of the original TV show that was called Melrose Place, and it was really a group of people who lived in this complex. So let's just see. I'm terrible with symmetry, but let's give it a smash. In the front, it did have some sort of garages, so perhaps we should pull out some cars, shouldn't we? Have a look at how large the cars are. I always forget you have to switch on, go to your own settings. Now, where did I put those cars? It's almost as bad as debug. Okay, there's the trains. Here's some cars. These are my debug rooms, in case you're wondering. You can actually download them off the gallery. I suppose they were kind of celebrities, weren't they? What would they drive? I know there's let's just pick an orange convertible. And I've forgotten how many times I need to size these things up by. That looks about right, doesn't it? Let's see if I can get... I've forgotten how many. It's really terrible. Just go back. I actually uploaded these things, but I can't remember. Sort by rooms. I know I made a note, but I don't think I'd said how many times. Which wasn't very clever of me, was it? No, nobody knows how many times to size them up by. Size up by 3 times. I did make a note. So let's start again. Oh, that always happens, doesn't it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was about size. So that's about size of car. They did have some garages in the front. I think we're going to have probably more than... How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Not that some sort of can really use the cars, but maybe we'll just have a slightly wider entrance. I'm terrible with symmetry. You guys know me. Probably going to be no different, but I am going to try. I wonder if 4 would be the ideal number. Yes, I think so, because I had quite a narrow sort of entrance. There we go. Let's go grab some fences. Let's get the front done. That's sort of quite a hacienda-ish type of look. I wonder what would fit here. Anyway, so I am going to try. That's a nice tall fence, which should work, but that looks like a prison. What I'm trying to do is move away from just doing speed builds and do some let's plays. I have some quiet. That won't go there. I'm trying to move away from just doing speed builds with this kind of really no interaction with people, and more. There was a nice. I wonder where's that ornate fence? If that will look with no. There's a very tall fence. Maxi. There it is. And Maxi hides everything. They know we want the stuff and it's hidden. That might work. I bet you there's no fence for that. No gate. Is there a gate? Is there a gate? Sort of. Yeah, well, that's a ridiculous gate, isn't it? Would this be it? Might be a wee bit too elaborate. But let's see. We'll leave that for now and see. I do remember the house having a very dramatic, I'll just put it here for now, had a very dramatic archway. But of course this is Sims, so you get what you get. And there's one archway. Where is it? It's hiding. Doesn't matter how long I use the game. It's probably mid-size, isn't it? Oh, there we go. So what I'm trying to do is move away from just having speed builds to something a little bit more interactive. And hopefully this also gives me a little more fun instead of just working, trying to get it to go as quickly as possible to ensure that I remember they had a roof that sort of leaned back. Oh, well, that won't work. That will definitely not work. They would lean back against the building. So that from the street there actually wasn't a lot of view into the house itself. It was basically an archway into a courtyard. That's that down. That might be a bit too big. I wonder if I should make... Let's go down and have a look at compared to the cars. Yeah, I think even the garages are slightly oversized. Let's pick another car and have a look. Some of these are... That's a pretty small car. Let's get a mom's taxi. Yeah, I think we can definitely... And now, of course, we got walls. So I have to do each and every single one by hand. Isn't this fun? This is exactly why you watch a Let's Build. So you can spend endless hours watching people doing absolutely dull stuff. I'll see. Perhaps when I get to the editing stage, I'll just edit some of the stuff out. I just find speed builds actually rather tedious. Nobody really watches them. Most people just skip over them. They go straight to the end, show me the product, and that's it. So it's almost like, oh, well, there's kind of almost no point in doing them because nobody's really paying attention. Now, it had a kind of very sort of Spanish, very hacienda-ish, as I said. So let's go for something cliched. Maybe this one would be better. That's got actually a more irregular. I prefer this one, but this one's got a much more... No, it's disappeared again. Where is it? There it is. Ah, okay, Jungle Adventure. It's got more of a rustic feel. It wasn't a new building. No, it's way too pink. What about that? I love the way it looks so flat when you go at an angle. Yep, that's how we do modeling in the Sims. But it does keep the polygon count down. Which, oh, that would be a bit big. Let's get that sucker right back there. Oh, that would be a bit small. And let's just do this all day, shall we? Alright, so that would be basically the street. Oh dear. Do forgive me if I bump the microphone. I'm sitting in a rather awkward position, and the microphone's right in front of me, in front of the keyboard, and I'm actually kind of working at an odd position. I want to get a... it's sort of getting the look. What are we going to do for garages? I actually want to try and map. Let's just do the cars and get rid of that debug room. What cars would these people drive? There'd definitely be a few mom's taxis, wouldn't there? And maybe a sports car or two. Well, these have got to be the ugliest sports cars I've ever seen. I mean, honestly. Not a lot of choice in debug, is there? Maybe somebody will have a pickup. Some poor sod. Let's make that one go in. They're all facing out. It's very unlikely people would reverse in. They go up through. No, that's way too large. These garages are very luxurious compared to the original. Who parks crooked? Let's make these people park somewhat crooked. This is really exciting. I'm building garages and you get to watch it all first. Okay. So anyway, I don't want to say too much because I haven't actually spoken to the person since. But this is probably going to be a collaboration. I still can't get used to the word collab. It sounds like a laboratory. What are we going to do for doors? So this is probably going to be a collaboration with a very favorite simmer of mine. And she's going to do a fantastic job on the interior. She's actually going to take this building. This is essentially, when I'm done with it, it's going to, well, you just rotate, thank you. It will have basically 4 houses. The original had a whole lot of apartments upstairs and downstairs, but this is way too much for the Sims. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create roughly 4 houses in a quadrant with the courtyard in the middle with the fountain, and there will be four houses and basically 4 families. And then she will do the interior. I'm going to do the easy stuff. I'm going to build the damn thing, and then she's going to have to make it look pretty. So there you have it. But I want to speak to her first, just confirm everything's still on the go. But regardless, this will get built. And I'm spinning the room and really not doing anything. Let's get rid of these cars. Right, we got 8 there. I suppose somebody could be out to work. Oh, somebody could have a limo. Imagine that. I bet you it won't fit. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, it just fits in there. These garages are very luxurious. The original ones were actually rather small. Maybe somebody could have a sports car, but that sports car is so unfinished. That's a car you never really see in the game. Whoops, that's a bit high, isn't it? You never see the sports car. It's just in debug, but you never see it because it's basically unfinished. But, you know, somebody's going to have an unfinished sports car. So here we go. Oh, will you scroll? Thank you. I think I've zoomed up. Wait, something's not right here. These garages are way too big. I maybe not sized up correctly. That seems to be about right. I think those cars are a little undersized. Well, whatever it is, this is how big they're going to be. Imagine there are giants living here. Because those little sports car. Whoops. Whoa. Okay. That that seems to be about right. Yeah, that's about right. Those are 2 tiles. It would be around about that. Let's get rid of you, shall we? Too many of those. What is this? Some sort of European sort of hatchback. Let's get a red one. I love red cars. Don't know about you, but I love red cars. My first car was a mini station wagon. The real thing, not the BMW. Oops. It was definitely not that large. And I absolutely loved it. But I have a passion for red cars. And only my first car was silver. There we go, silver. My least favorite cars. And my very first car was red when we were rebuilding it. I was young. I was probably about 17. And you all know how old I am, so it goes back a long time. And we were rebuilding the car, and the car was white. And I can't imagine anything more dull. So we could put one of these wrecks in there. Maybe somebody could be rebuilding a vehicle. Wouldn't that be funny, actually? I wonder. Should we throw this? Let's throw this in. And anyway, so my first car was a mini station wagon. Perhaps he's rebuilding. I don't know. I'll see. Perhaps I'll change this in the end. Or maybe the person who's going to do the interiors might just get rid of it. It's rather dark in here, isn't it? Alright, so we got the cars. Let's get rid of this. This debug room. So my first car was a mini station wagon, and it was white, and it was okay, but it was just so you know. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to wall. I think just start walling because I'm really just winging this. Oh, what a place to put! What a place to put letterbox. Let me just put it down in the front, smack bang here, because I always forget these things. And then it like this, it pops up in the strangest of places. I'm actually going to just brick the whole thing up and then do some cutouts. I want because the original house was, and it's going to go dark. Alrighty. The original building was actually was both sides had other buildings and other houses, which of course, why am I building at night? Morning? Good morning. Now we can start the show. Right. So, yes, it would have had buildings right next to it very closely. But this is, I was actually going for a 64 by 64 lot, and I actually realized this is already actually a little bit too large. So there's that. I think they had, you know, well, let's just make a rough courtyard like I do hope that's centered. Me and my symmetry, but this actually needs to be more or less symmetrical, because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 yeah, let's just do that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so let's just pull this in. I'm terrible with symmetry, but the thing is, it's easier to work with symmetry. Oh dear, that won't do, will it? Let's do that. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, now let's open it. Let's open it sucker up, because this working in the dark is no fun at all. Actually, that's got a flaw. I wonder if you can raise. Everything's got a flaw. Don't actually want. I don't want this to have a flaw. Well, to be raised. Alright, that's fine. It was only a slight step. Okay, so we've got a courtyard going on here, and then above, actually we need to duplicate this. Isn't it just ridiculous that we still have 3 colors on this arch? The only large arch. Maybe we should make it red. It's a bit tacky, but it's the closest thing to terracotta we've got. Is this white, brown, and slightly less brown? Right, excellent. So brown it is. Alright, let's put it back into place. And then we don't really need all this. I don't remember the series all that well. Now let's just close this off here. I do remember that you came in, there was quite a dramatic arch, and it came through to the courtyard. And the courtyard, of course, was bigger than this, and it will be bigger. But I need to start just putting things down, so we can get somewhere. Otherwise, next week you'll still be watching me potter around, getting absolutely nothing done. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Let's just do this, and then we'll start. I normally don't build like this, so I normally have a very good idea of where I'm going. So I have absolutely no idea where I'm going with this, except that it should approximate. No, not nearly that tall, thank you. We're not going to get many windows in the front there, are we? Let's get to having a Melrose Arch-ish look, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Don't disagree. This is my first Let's Build. Be nice. Yeah, I agree. It's not looking very Melrose Arch-ish, but it's a beginning. I'll be back. I've got a feeling I need to look at the screenshots for the front once more. Hang on. Unfortunately, I no longer have 2 screens, so I will have to switch backwards and forwards. I'll be back. Alright, so I see my mistake. And it's going to cost me. Actually, you know what? I see in the original that actually the garages are not attached. So let's actually give us some space here. And we can just delete this. Goodbye. Yeah, that's not quite working the way I wanted. Cracky. Because that separates the garages from the building, because they had some windows here, and that's because the house wasn't attached to the garages, and it had some very strange roof goings on. I think we'd sort of try and replicate it for kicks. Not that I'm ever really been into matching things identically, but since we are trying to rebuild something, maybe that will do. It's sort of. I think we need to pull the side eaves in. Perhaps the eaves would be a better button to pick. I think that might be a little better. Oh, why are this controls always on top of what you need to do? Alright. I wonder if you tuck this one in as well. It's a bit of an odd looking building, but that is how the original was, so we will go with that. What we could do, down we go. This is what we are going to do. Push that back, because I think that's actually how it was, and that means I can get rid of. Oh, let's get rid of that. Ah, okay, so this probably should have gone back one more. Let's do that now. Like that. Why is there a wall there? For heaven's sake. And of course, it's as soon as I delete this, it's going to delete everything, isn't it? Yay! Oh, Sims. Before anything else happens, let's just close off this here. Aren't you glad you came to watch my first Let's Build where I'm just pottering around, unsure of what I'm doing? Oh, maybe. Let's try something. Let's separate these two. Go away. Oh, that's going to delete the arch, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so we have an arch. Back. How? No, yeah, I don't think there's any way. Let's move this somewhere else. Of course, we got maybe here. I have snookered myself, haven't I? Let's plonk this here. I've snookered myself into a giant lot with a giant building. No, what are you doing? Sample the fence, thank you. Let's do it this way. Like that. Go away. It's so ridiculous that delete one thing and everything goes. Okay, that looks a little bit more like Melrose Place. Although these rooms are becoming rather skinny, aren't they? Perhaps there can be bathrooms, but honestly they are very skinny. I think I'm actually going to advance this a little bit now, because this is way, way, way too thin. No one likes a pokey room. Okay, where's the handle? So, while I'm sitting here doing absolutely boring stuff and not saying a word, let me carry on. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? You used to many years of me doing my David Attenborough voice, and it's just odd. It just kind of happens. I get it. It's actually a funny story about that. Well, perhaps not so funny at the time. It really wasn't amusing to me. But a few years ago, I kind of lost my voice, and I couldn't. Well, I could speak, but just barely. So I didn't speak to anybody. I didn't say anything. What are we going to do here? I'm going to sort something out here. Oh, and delete this. And because I lost my voice, I could only record. I have a motivational channel, which you might already know about, and although that's kind of dormant at the moment. And then I started the Sims channel, because I've been in the Sims for about 20 years. And I really don't like the way this looks. It's possibly because the Sims are just perfectly square corners, and this building's somewhat rustic. And I started my Sims channel, and that sort of took off slowly, very slowly. It's been years. And then for many, I immigrated, so I also couldn't pay any attention to the Sims. Oh, this is really the wrong. This is what I advise no one to do. Never build this way. It will drive you nuts. You will just be pottering around. I usually have a sort of a plan. I didn't even look at the plans. I actually couldn't find, oddly enough. Why is there a gap here? Can somebody tell me this? And why is this one floating? Only in the Sims that can a building float and cause shadows. Alright, let's get this one down. Are we down? Yeah. I want to get this sort of So at least I'm so new at this. I am so green. I don't even know where I'm going to split this. You guys are going to get such a hodgepodge of episodes. It will not be. There will be no schedule. There will be no warning. I'll just do it and I'll upload them, and hopefully you like them. But the thing's at the point this point in time, I can't commit to doing this full time, so it will be what it is. Let's just do one at the back. I want to kind of get a feel for the space, but I want to go in. We are on the wrong floor, aren't we? There we go. I want to go in afterwards and put in a lot of ins and outs on the building to give it some sort of something, because this is a box. This is a dreadful box, and this should also have an eave, shouldn't it? Maybe we should just start. What eaves would go in here? Definitely have to be like a coppery. This is my favorite, isn't it? Eaves. Yeah, perhaps like a brownish color. They're just awful. I'm sorry, Maxie, but they're really awful. The colors, and they're so brassy. I mean, look, horrendous. Right, let's try a different one. And they all kind of look the same. It depends on the angle of the roof. I was trying to choose something different. This is pretty much the only one that I kind of tend to use over and over. That would look pretty weird. Yeah, excuse me, I have a weird sense of humor. I wonder if something like this didn't really have this kind of roof trim. Things that make you go, Of course, these kind of roof trims make no sense, because all the water will go whoosh, right off here and then get trapped in there and will overflow, and then you have a flood inside the house. So, Sims. Let's go back to this one, I think. What color did I have? Oh, the colors are it's all like polished brass. Actually, the dark one doesn't look too shabby, does it? Yeah. Black. Do you know what? I don't hate that. You know, I really don't hate that. It actually makes it look like a shadow underneath the roof. I don't hate that at all. So that is what's going to be. Yeah. I like it when a plan sort of comes together. Oh God, he's going on with these cliches again, isn't he? This is so bizarre talking to myself, because I do this actually. Anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm quite batty, quite crazy, and I do these kind of nutty things. I'm contemplating putting in a tiny swimming pool at the back. It's not quite in keeping with the build, but they had a fountain. There's some giant fountains. Where are they hiding? This is what I cannot understand. Why are there fountains and fountains, and then there's fountains and fountains, and there's somewhere else? And like bird baths or elsewhere. Let's actually look. Oh, that's a little bit on the small side, isn't it? That's a rather underwhelming. They had this sort of fountain. Oh wait, I just pulled that out. What about this one? Why are these things tiny? Every time I need a fountain, I always think they're massive, like this. And then, when I do want a big fountain, well, you can't have one. Have I got the grid on? Let's go downstairs. I want some things to be go down another notch. I want some things to be absolutely symmetrical, and then others will deviate. Nothing like a bit of deviance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know. I'm contemplating putting a house, and that would come out here somewhere. Putting the house over. Yeah, that'd be a bit odd, wouldn't it? And swimming pool underneath. In other words, like that. Ooh, it's out of bounds. Who had thought? Oh, there we go. Do that. What do you think? Would that be a bit nuts? Nah. The swimming pool would be so cold. Never get any sun. So let's bring that back. We'll scrap that idea. Unless, I'll see when I get to the end, maybe the houses are too big and I'll do a cutout at the back and have an enclosed like pool area. Perhaps put another arch. I'm actually going to put an arch in there to remind myself. Oh, isn't that awfully red? Ugh, maybe the brown is better. I mean, who has bright red bricks? Even terracotta is never that bright. I feel like I'm playing a cartoon game. Let's see. There we go. So like that'll remind me, I'll do something with this area. I think I might actually just do a swimming pool in there, and then above the rooms, maybe they will have overhanging balconies. Because this whole area, this whole complex had all these balconies that faced and walkways that faced on the inside. And then they could look down and had trees and all sorts of other things. So we're getting somewhere. We're starting to get a look. A big box. It's a great look, isn't it? In fact, I think I need to actually make this a little bit bigger. That's somewhat larger. Oh, don't mind the neighborhood boy racers. Can you hear that? I'll see if I can edit it out in post-production. I hate editing post-production. One of the reasons why I moved up here was to get away from the noise. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yes, I know. Obsessive, compulsive, crazy. But you'll see when I get working with it, it won't be nearly as symmetrical. But this gives me a nice box to work with. It's so exciting. You guys are so used to seeing my finished products. I'm really going to do a lot of it just by memory. And I've got a feeling. I have a feeling. Beware. I'll just grab one of these, probably easier. I think I'm going to make this pop out here. Where's that grid? Oh, there's 2 there. So I'm going to do. Oh, no, not that high. Let's go here. Like so. I feel like making protrusions. I know there was one at the back. And I'm not sure how it will work inside. If it doesn't work, oh dear. Sue me. Sue the management. It gives it a bit of character, doesn't it? And then you go up onto the roof, which I don't advise anybody do. Very dangerous. Do not go on the roof. I wonder, let's just plonk that there now. It probably won't tie in with the other roof. Things that make you go, I wanted to make it slightly irregular, so don't panic. It's not going to, I don't know, I think I'll leave that for now. Let's just grab the same roof texture. And let's see if we can actually pick up the roof trim. Because normally, okay, could you zoom over there, thank you. You can never, ever, 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 oh, here we go, pick up, I speak, I stand corrected. You can usually never pick up, does it look alright? On there it looks a bit bizarre, doesn't it? Yeah, it's just a placeholder. Now I'm thinking possibly some sort of very yellowish. Let's go for yellow. What's available is yellow. What's this? Basic standards. Okay, could we not zoom in to microscopic levels? That would be nice. It's a bit yellow, isn't it? Excuse me. And that sort of weird greenish color. There you have it, folks. The grand extent, that's probably more natural, extent of the Sims yellow. Let's just do that. What does that look like? It sort of goes with the, oh, that's not finished, isn't it? Of course, because every little garage, that should be done. Oh, this is so tedious. Why let's just do all the walls? Alright. I always tend to forget, see? I always forget something. Or is that one just highlighted because, well, it can, and it will. The gate was never so elaborate. But I don't know anything else. We also need a foundation of some sort. Oh, okay. Those are custom content made by me. That won't work. Ah, this will work. Oh, don't you love this? The swatch color has absolutely nothing to do with the color that you see. Oh, I love this foundation, but it's always so dark. What about some... Ugh. Yeah. Why is it so dark? No, that doesn't look right, does it? Well, let's just do that. Leave that for now. I feel like I'm building and things look terrible, and I sort of need to neaten them up as I go along. I do anyway, but you normally don't see this process, my thought process. Are you still interesting? Anybody still watching? You still watching? Okay, maybe I should carry on if you're still watching. Okay. I think before I start anything more, I'll probably go and choose some windows in that. So 4 houses. I think the front was completely flat, but I want to take some areas in, like, especially at the bottom. I want to maybe make some little kitchen courtyards or something. I don't know if it's going to work, but probably not so big. Okay, that's yeah, let's just take a line anyway. We can always adjust it later. But I need to have something to work by. And then there could be 2 little courtyards perhaps for the kitchen. And if with any luck, there will have to be a kitchen in that area. I wonder if we should use the same fence. That just looks so elaborate, doesn't it? There's got to be something else. That's my main gripe with the Sims fences. They're all incredibly high and block the view. What about these? So it doesn't really go with the period, does it? I wanted to put a gate on this as well. The fences are either incredibly high, yeah, or incredibly low. And there's almost none like the fence for the window shop. What's it called? Fence for window shopping. What about these? These are sort of hacienda-ish, isn't it? That might work. Actually, that might work. That might work. That really might work. Let's just color. I'm thinking I might give it different colors, different shades of the same wallpaper, like in the recesses. That might work. Yeah. Now, would that have a gate? That is always... Oh, you see what I'm saying? Now, why would anybody have the teeny tiny gate? I mean, this would be perfect, yeah? Teeny tiny gate. And this massive wall. Well, the wall's not so massive, but the damn gates are also midgets. Oh, because that's going to work. Right. Alcatraz. Ay. Okay, could you click? That might work. But why does it have to have lanterns on it? This is tricky. You see, this is the problem. They create fences and they create... Oh, I love this little wall. This little gate. This kind of would work so well here, wouldn't it? I wonder. Can we get away with this? There's no other wall like this, is there? Shorter wall. There was another one that was sort of solid. What does this look like? I wanted to have some sort of privacy. They could put maybe the rubbish bins out there. Actually, that's more hacienda-ish, isn't it? I just wish I had a matching gate. Oh, well, that's charming. There isn't a single color. Bugger. Wonder, can we go down one more notch? Yeah, there we go. It's better. This is looking terrible. Huh, so I so want to use this little gate. Maybe. I think we need a column here. I haven't even decided what columns to use. I don't know what. We definitely need something there. What is hacienda-ish in the game? I like the way I use the word. It doesn't even exist. Hacienda-ish. Concrete. Probably leave something there as a placeholder so I don't forget. That might work. Except it's half inside the wall. Actually, this... You see, this is the one thing I absolutely loathe, is this. That you cannot place columns off-grid. And then they overlap and look like they're going to fall over. Actually, that would work quite well, but I don't think it goes with the style. Oh, so many options. Oh, you'll get to know my sarcasm. So many options, none of them work. What about if I try this? This is actually rather hacienda-ish. But there we go. It's floating. I absolutely loathe. Oh, hello, stop bouncing. I will just leave it there for now because I need to put some placeholders here. So when I come back to it, I remember that I was trying to do something here. And that stops it from being then so overly square. But I'm not actually sure about this. I might actually make some changes, but we'll see. I still don't like this gate, but there's absolutely no choices. Midget gates? Or giant gates? Actually, this would actually... Except the stupid decorations. I mean, this is... Why is this not clicking? Ah, there we go. This would have been almost perfect. I wonder... It did have an open fence. It didn't have... Now you know what I go through trying to put together. And that's why I cut a lot of... I cut most of this out. Because it's just endless experimentation. Actually, this might work. Okay, could you leave? Thank you. Oh, and it creates... Oh, heavens. Let's just go back. There's gotta be something here. Sure. The problem is it keeps creating the columns. I wonder if I do that. Nope. Oh, just pops right back. Isn't that fun? I love automation. Automation's my absolute hate in this game. There's literally nothing. Oh, look, another midget fence. Who would have thought? Okay, I think we have no choices. You're gonna have to leave this overly floral gate. Probably need some sort of trim here. I hate the way you just see the weird bit of wall. What would work here? Again, we just have so many choices. I do love this beam. Of course, it wouldn't look right here. But in a sort of... Oh, I forgot. This is a wooden trim. Can we make it look like clay? Okay, could you rotate? Thank you. That sort of looks a bit like paint and clay. I was always disappointed that You can't. The trims are either wood. It's one of my favorite trims is these beveled ones, but the lighter colors just look too much like wood. This ideally should go up to there, but it'll make the rooms look like lift shafts inside. It's the big thing with, but that does give it the look far more than. Right, let's just leave it there for now. So disappointing. Let's try and, I'm thinking, so we'll do some garages, although honestly this I completely forgot. The cars are going to have to go over the pavement. Oh well, I am not changing that. We'll just pretend like the traffic light is not right there. Oh, bugger. Hey, look, if we block that off, the fire brigade never gets here. Oh, I thought this lot was going to be perfect. Well, I tell you, now I'm really annoyed. Okay, well, can't be helped. I introduced this trick in the Modern del Sol. I used an arch. No, I used a window. Did I use an arch or I used a window? I did one of the two. But although I don't see any. Where are the double arches? And why do we not have any more arches? Oh, that's too narrow. I think I used. What did I use? I know that I used a window and not an arch to create the look of. Oh, that's so charming. Okay, so that one's not going to work. I don't remember there being. So you could just put sliding doors in. Where? I should possibly start. Does anybody remember what the garage doors are called? Because I can't for the life of me. That's the mural. Who would have thought? They actually called it garage. Alright, let's do this. Unfortunately, these cars will never be able to leave the premises. Can we color these things? Nope. One color fits all. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I completely forgot. Well, this almost never actually fits because these Sims is designed for cars. And for you people that, oh, I want a car. Well, this is why you won't have a car, because the world is just not designed for cars. So how would you get the car into this lot? So if the Sims decided, oh, you can have cars, yay, and then they would have to come in here and create. This is just going to have to work. Oh, I'm so annoyed with stupid lamppost right in front. But this neighborhood actually lends itself to it, and it's the only sort of largest neighborhood lot that eventually I'm rebuilding the world. So this will all be rebuilt as I go along. But this is the only world that gave me that look, that Melrose Place. Well, this is Melrose Arch. Okay, but I know that. I think I'll just skip it. But it'll always be very dark in those garages. So what I do is I put a window. Where are those windows? Nope, wasn't that. How did I do it? No, I did this for. I definitely did this for the Modern del Sol. I come up with names that even I can't pronounce. Now, how on earth did I do it? Because these windows don't fit. Am I missing something? Is there a 3-tile? There isn't a 3-tile window. Oh, how on earth did I do this? I may have to switch off and come back because I don't know. I used a window and then I moved. What did I? I know, because you could see through the window. You could peep under the door. You could see there was a window there, but I can't for the life of me remember. I could have sworn that it was a 3-tile, and this is only 2 tiles. I bet you those of you that watched, it's people that are going, idiot! You used X, and I'm drawing a complete blank. Okay, so I am back, and I'm a bit daft. I have a bit of egg in my face. What I had done is I actually had reduced them. If I can find a window, I will cut it open. Cut open that wall. Then I can use the tool mod and make it magically disappear. I could use one of these. That will give me the opening. Yep. It's too high. Look at that. Will that work though? Oh, bloody hell. Okay, let's get rid of this one. This one's definitely gonna go. I just don't know why it jumps up. This is so bizarre. Inexplicable behavior. There we go. And that gives us the look of a garage, doesn't it? We can do it to some of them. Maybe it got jammed. It got jammed, and let's go into live mode. It got jammed and nobody could get it to go down. Elevate. Yeah, a bit rusty at this. I haven't done it for a while. Let's do 2.5. Alright. Elevate. Minus. No. That's no. Thank you. Sims. Let's make it 1. Poof. There we go. And now we have a garage. Yay! We'll just do 1 or 2 of them. But I am... You know what? Go back to live mode. Perhaps I can just copy them over. Let's get these cars out of the way. Yeah, I'm going to try one. If we can save some time here. Why the hell not? Will that work? Yeah, oh, magic. That means we can have the opening. Oh, well, that looks odd. But we'll live with it. We'll just have to live with it. Okay, good. At least it's not so dark in there. No, I doubt anybody would park like that. But this one is just way too small. I mean, look at that. It looks like a teeny tiny... That's not a mom's taxi. But if you enlarge one more, it's gonna be... oh, beep. Never mind. Do not even... I said nothing. You did not hear what I just said. Let's go back to live mode. I wish that the tool mod would work. I mean, I understand. Oh, not elevate. Tool. Scale. I do understand why it has to function in live mode. Ah, that's looking a bit better. Now that looks like a proper mom's taxi. And we can go back. I understand why it has to work under live mode, but it's just so handy to have had it working. It's not giving you a lot of light, is it? Things that make you go, Alright. I'll probably get sued for that. Those are lyrics to a song. I'm sure you kids won't remember. Maybe the records producers also won't remember. Interesting that the car's not going with. Convenient, but interesting. Alright. Makes my life a lot easier. But I would have expected the car being inside the room. I would have expected that it'd go with the room and be inside the room. This sports car gets reversed in there, so it's ready to go at a moment's notice. There's the arts project. Stick that on there. Maybe leave that for a guide. I don't want them all open. Let's make the door go berserk. Whoopsie, boom, there it goes. Going up. Let's put that one down. going up, going down. Perhaps on this one we'll just leave the window there because it gives some light into the garage. There's always such dark pokey things. Let's copy this one over. We'll put it there. We'll make this one alternate. Open and closed. Oh dear. And we can't do that. Whatever did we do in Sims 1? Where we could not copy and paste things. I sort of vaguely remember building and then realizing, oh, I need one extra tile. But I've built the entire house. So therefore, oh, the roof's gone. Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you for letting me know. And you literally would build a fantastic house. And then, oh dearie dear. Of course, I'd be swearing at that point, but this is X-rated. This is family rated, so no swearing. I don't know where this one was. But we're going to go here. Wherever it is that's just inherited a snazzy looking vehicle. This is so dark in here. We have to put some lights in. And of course, oh, it doesn't fit. Oh, fantastic. So we'd literally have to move everything over one tile and take out the walls, put in the walls, move all the furniture piece by piece. That was sad. That was so sad. But of course we loved Sims 1, didn't we? I'm still thinking, I've gotten it to work. Right, that's looking a bit better. I wish we could color these doors, but that is not to be. Oh, really? There is no coloring, if I remember. No. A grey it is. A grey and dreary world. And that would be quite a nuisance. You literally have to move the walls over. So, I generally would plan, if I was going to build a house, I'd sort of have a rough idea of where it was going to go. Right, I think I'm going to leave this part here. I don't know how I'm going to get a screenshot for it. Maybe I'll just do this. Zoom in. And we'll say, this is Melrose Arch. Yeah, of course, it'd be great if it could go there. Thank you. So, anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode. These episodes will be all pre-recorded. I don't know when I will have time to actually do them one by one. I'd love to get your feedback. Give me your feedback anyway, because it's possible. I'll be recording a few as I go along. And if I get your feedback early enough, I may still implement some of the changes before the project is finalized. But thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit that bell, even though YouTube doesn't notify you anymore. Hit it anyway. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, tell me why. I'd like to know why you don't like it, because perhaps I do this for you guys. So I'd like to make this Let's Build as entertaining as I can. So if you can tell me what would be entertaining for you, then perhaps I can give you what you want. What do you really, really want? I'm going to get sued. I can see I'm using way too many lyrics in this. So, catch you next time.